Day, Internet! And to everyone else like myself, Happy Singles Awareness Day. I'm not salty, I promise. Okay, anyways, that was a very stupid intro that I just did. But seriously, it's Valentine's Day, so I thought for doing something special today that I'd do a more romantic review on just, well, pretty much anything really. So I was scrolling through the things that are popular as of late. I know, I was getting there. Yuri on Ice, according to every piece of social media, including the Anime Awards, which I definitely thought was rigged, says that this is the anime of 2016. Yuri on Ice is an original anime created by Studio Mappa, also responsible for shows such as Terror in Resonance, Kids on the Slope, Tech U, and the 2016 historical drama film In This Corner of the World. The show aired on October 6 and completed the first season just before Christmas Eve of 2016. Yes, I said first season. Season 2 release date, despite being announced in the last episode of the show, has yet to be determined as of this recording. With that said, let's move on to the review itself. Since he was a kid, Yuri Katsuki's dream was to skate on the same ice rink as his idol, Viktor Nikiforov? As you can see, I am not fluent in Russian either. He finally gets his chance, but completely fails at it. Couple years later, a video of him doing one of Victor's routines goes viral, and it leads Victor straight to Yuri's family hot spring. From then on out, Victor vows to coach Yuri to be the skater to surpass him. Also shown in eye stuff. As you can see, this show has the typical sports anime plot, but come on, everyone in the world knows that's not the reason why people watch this series to begin with. Exactly my point. On the sports genre's end, this is the more dominant plot, and it's as cliché as it goes. The student has a role model, friend, or coach to help train. There are competitions. Student may or may not win every single one. It's cut and dry like a row of cookie-cutter holiday cookies. Though this is the more important part of the show, it's not the genre of the show that stands out. It's the romance, I mean. Not only aren't there a lot of romances inside the sports genre to begin with, there are not a lot of same-sex romances that don't fall onto the struggling borderline of shonenai because the original manga was a yaoi. While watching this show, I thought the romance between Yuri and Victor was a little rushed, but then I remembered I had to consider the time span between the competitional rounds, so I let that complaint go. If you thought Free was fan service for women, the way Victor teases Yuri in a flirtatious manner makes our hearts race even more. I'll talk about it more in the next part of the review, but Victor and Yuri make this show happen. It's not the sport itself that tells the story, but rather their bond as coach and student to a closer relationship. It's Yuri finding himself again and getting the courage he lost those years ago back. So I guess the main question is, are Victor and Yuri an actual representation of a homosexual relationship? I think in order to answer that clearly, it's better explained if we move on to the next category of this review. There are three main players in this show, Victor and the two Yuris. Yes, there are two Yuris in this show, so to make it easier on you for who's which, I'm gonna call this one Japanese Yuri, and this one Russian Yuri. Ever since he was a kid, Yuri loved to skate. Ever since he saw Victor on TV for the first time, he wanted to be just like him. But the show shows us very quickly that Yuri is very judgmental of himself, and when someone else points out his flaws too, he can shut down pretty quickly. Russian Yuri is the very opposite. He has a very stubborn personality whose goal throws the rest of his considerate self out the window. And if anyone stands in his way, he will do anything and everything to crush them. Because he knows how sensitive Japanese Yuri is, he loves to pick on him, hoping Japanese Yuri would quit, having Victor and the record to himself. When Japanese Yuri is inspired to continue his quest for top dog in the skating world, Russian Yuri soon realizes that he's gonna have to do more than just verbally abuse his opponents. The game changer for both Yuris is Victor himself. As their superior in both age and status in the field, he teaches both of the boys that you can't get what you want by standing back behind the better ones or opposing your authority because you can. Victor is the equal balance of those two things, and a very unbiased source. Okay, he dotes on Japanese Yuri a lot, but when it comes to the competition, he knows not to sugarcoat what Yuri needs to do and how the other skaters work. So of course Victor would go for someone like Japanese Yuri in the end. After lacking inspiration for a while, being around this boy gave some of that inspiration back. He pushes Yuri to do his best because he knows he can do it, not just because Victor thinks he can shape Yuri to what he's not. If any time Yuri performed Eros doesn't give away their romance at all, that kiss surely did. You know that they kissed anime. Don't try to block it off with your fancy animation censorship like you're trying to be ambiguous or something. I would give the other characters a rating 2, but from what I can understand and what they showed from season 1, they didn't exactly show a lot for me to be productive on giving them a review status. So I hope season 2 can help me out with that better, because if it doesn't, then the characters or the side characters kind of falter on that part. Overall, the characters are the bread and butter of Yuri on Ice, especially the smut right here. I'll just leave these pictures right here. Don't mind me, just doing my job. Apparently, this show won the animation category, and it's not really hard to see why, per se. The animation done on the ice skating is spot on. The first time you watch a performance, anyway. I get why they have to reuse the majority of the animation for the later episodes, but it's the same skip for Yuri every single time. And we've seen it so many times that I just don't care if he wins or not. I mean, come on! Who hasn't gotten bored to the point where when the scene comes up they just use it as background noise so you can do your homework or whatever? What bothers me even more is that whenever the ice skating isn't happening, it's just your average discussion scenes that you see in any other sports anime, or even in any other average anime in general. Unless there are unicorn sparkles in every drawing cell, the style is not original. It's not as unique to the slice of life parts at all. That's why I wanted Mob Psycho 100 to win that title in the Anime Awards. Even in conversation, the animators made that show extremely unique. It wouldn't surprise me that people who voted for Yuri on Ice only did it because that's the only show that they decided to watch from 2016. So the animation on this show as a whole is half and half. I mean, it's not terrible looking. It's not ugly at all. It just doesn't stand out as much as people think it does. This show has a hell ton of music in it, which is impossible to ignore. In fact, in the real world of professional ice skating, skaters' routines are done to the rhythm and flow of the song they've chosen for that said routine. It's literally dancing, but you're on ice. And believe it or not, I'm actually a fan of the soundtrack. The majority of the songs the skaters use for their routines are pretty memorable to the characters themselves. Even when I thought I was going to get bored of Eros or Yuri on Ice, yes, that's where the title comes from in case you're asking, I still listen to them on YouTube whenever I'm doing something, like writing the script. There's not a lot of instrumental music for the quiet scenes because the show didn't want that to overpower the ice skating competition songs and the skating itself, which is a pretty good move in my imagination. As far as the show's ending goes, it's fun, but it's not the most memorable ending from that year at all. As for the show's opening, though... Don't stop us now, the moment of truth, we were born to make history! Oh my god. This is one of the best OPs I have ever heard in my life. Does it match the mood of the show? Yes. Does it totally hint that two boys are gonna go after each other's dicks? Definitely. And did it actually make history? In some ways or another. Regardless of that, the opening is what makes the soundtrack of the show as a whole. As much as I want to praise the inner tracks, we need to be honest with ourselves with the show's opening theme here. So the question comes back again. Does this show deserve the praise that it's been getting for the past couple months? For some things, no. This anime got overhyped with some of its features, and the Anime Awards really show that. For the other things, though, I will say yes. If you're looking for a proper romance between two characters, straight or gay, doesn't matter, this show is perfect for that. If you have two believable characters who are meant to be together, even if it was a love at first viral video. Oh, the puns. So based on the things I've said, I'm giving this anime an 8 out of 10. And I am super stoked for season 2. I hope you guys are having or had a very wonderful Valentine's Day. And if you liked this review, make sure to show the like button some love. He would like some Valentine's Day spirit too. Also, if you want to see more fun stuff, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out my other videos. Well, that's all I have for today. I'm Cait Cher and it's been real. Bye bye!